we're pulling into Three Springs Ranch so I can go on my youth hunt, and I can't wait. Put that leg in front.
Pull the hammer back. Now calm down, get ready, keep breathing. Whenever you're ready, you shoot.
Good shot. Good shot.
Hi guys, Kim here with Outdoor Chatter, and as you know, I just went deer hunting, and today I'm going to show you how I process meat here at my own house. I know it's been a while since I've posted a video, but let's get to it. Hi, I'm back, and now we are going to start processing. My dad is here to show me how to do this so I can do it myself one day. Now let's get started.
Alright, before we get started, I want to talk to you about the knives. This little skinny one here is what they call a boning knife. It helps you get around the bones and separate the bones from the muscles, so on and so forth. This knife here is a skinning knife. It's for the curvature. It helps you in the skinning process, and it's also a larger knife. You can get more better cuts on the meat as well. And then this one here is just your standard butcher knife. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is this white stuff here. You don't want this on your meat. And understand, I'm not an expert. I've only been taught this by, handed down by your grandfather and so on and so forth. I just don't want to pay the processing fee of, $200 to be able to take it somewhere. So it's cheaper to do it yourself. So we're going to come in here underneath all this stuff and cut out the really dark spots, because that's where, the blood had been. And just remove this white stuff here. Okay. The unique thing about this process here is the Indians use this material for bowstrings and so on and so forth.
Very interesting. So is it just the top layer, or are you trying to give the metallic part too?
I'm gonna take the metallic off too. Anything that you see as white, I want to try to take off. Okay?
Okay.
Because that is what gives you the game taste, and that's what's gonna make your meat really, really tough. You see how, I'm not even cutting through it, I'm cutting underneath it, right?
Right. I'm getting some meat in it.
I'm getting some meat, but we'll come back through it and start over. Just try to cut that white out right there. Okay, you see that? And every bit of that, we throw it away. Off here, go underneath, slice it off. Okay. Sometimes you can even try to just rip it.
Like you do skin?
Similar, yes. Sometimes, but even that is tough.
Okay, so now I'm going to do it on this other piece of back strap, but right now I'm going to move these tenderloins to the side so I can have a little bit more space. Okay, so start here.
Yeah, just take your fingers, pinch in there, and just don't stab your finger. Go away from your finger, okay? Just give yourself some room. Push underneath. Come up, push, and now just work your knife. Hold it, pressure here, and work your knife that way. All right, stop. Stop. You got a good spot now, but you see this spot that you've missed here?
Yeah.
You need to come back and grab some of that. Come back and grab it again. Come back a little bit more. A little bit towards you. Now, go under. Now up. Up.
Like, do it all? Like in once?
Now, you've already got this one separated, right?
Okay, so.
All right.
Hold on. Okay, don't want to poke it.
Don't poke yourself.
And then just do it again.
You have the whole pressure here. All right, now stop, because that's where you stop there.
Right.
Now pick it up and do both sides. Okay? Now, also, you see this stuff? Watch your knife. See this stuff right here?
Mm-hmm.
That skin, so that's kind of clotted up on the blood. You want to cut all that stuff out too. Every bit of it. And right here where your shot was, I want to cut around that because I don't want any bone fragments or anything like that in that meat. I mean, we would normally do this with gloves, but with the pandemic, gloves are hard to find right now.
Trying to get all of it.
It's okay. And look, you can make a pass through and come back and get what you don't get the first time. Because you don't want to cut too much meat, because with this being the back strap, this is what your deer steak, this is your chicken fried deer steak's made out of this. So you really don't want to waste a lot of it. Especially as much as we like to eat it.
Oh man, it's so good. I can taste it.
Well, if we get done early enough, we might have some fresh tonight. All right, so this is one of the hams. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna separate again, just like we did with the back straps. We want all this white off of it. And then once we get to that point, we're gonna find the muscle lines and separate the muscles from each other. And that's what's gonna make, and once we do that, we can show you where they're at. We'll cut that line, separate the muscles, and that's what's also gonna make more deer steak. So let's go ahead and, so I'll just get in here and just take us, let me use that smaller knife. Come in here, get underneath it, try not to get into the meat. There's a layer. It's pretty tough stuff, right? Every bit of that, this white stuff.
And what's the scientific name for that?
I honestly don't know if this is the same. I mean, this is fat. So what's the scientific name for fat?
Fat.
See?
Okay, so now we have finished cutting off all the fat and all the white stuff off the meat, and now we are going to cut it into deer steak.
All right, so we'll slice it up into thin pieces, about a 1/2 inch thick, maybe a little thicker, and then we'll just tenderize it with our tenderizer. So let's just slide this piece in. Gotta be very careful because this is very sharp and it rotates and it's a knife. Okay? Alright. Now, get short, lay it up there. It's good for the meat to be chilled, not frozen. Slices better. There, and slide it, put your hand back here. Make sure your fingers are away from the blade. And just catch it. Pull it, pull this. There you go. Alright, now come back. Slide this piece back. Make sure the fingers are away. Pull that. There you go.
Okay, so now our next step is to tenderize this meat that is sliced, and we are going to drop it through, and then it will be more tender. This tenderizer was my great grandparents' tenderizer, and it is professional grade. And now we're going to use it to tenderize my meat. So let's get started.
Crossways it, and then third, right? This makes it look just like you get it from the grocery store. You can cut it with a spoon.
That's not a joke.
Do not put your hands below this.
So now that it's all tenderized, I have packaged it in 1 pound increments in freezer paper, and then I'll put it in the freezer, and then once I'm ready, thaw it out, and then I'm good to go. Well, I hope you enjoyed processing my deer with me, and be on the lookout for more ways to process a deer and turning it into hamburger meat and jerky. Then also be on the lookout for a video on how to cook chicken fried deer steak with rice and gravy. It's the best thing in the world. Well, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll chat with you next time. Bye.